Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make spicy sourdough focaccia. To begin the process, we're going to mix 80 grams 100% hydration starter and 160 grams water. Simply mix with spatula or with scraper like I do until the starter is dispersed throughout the water, and then we're going to add salt, bread flour, and then we're going to mix again until the mixture is thoroughly combined. It's best to use starter that has been recently fed, that way we are sure that the fermentation will go well. There's one more ingredient that I nearly forgot, that is olive oil. We use 20 grams of olive oil, and if you don't have any olive oil, you may use vegetable oil as well, it's fine. But here I use olive oil, and then I will mix it into the dough. You may also mix the olive oil along with the starter and water from the beginning. I'll continue mix the dough until the olive oil is fully absorbed by the dough, and then I will let the dough rest for 30 minutes before I do the next step, which is performing coil fold. However, before I let the dough rest for 30 minutes, I'm going to set aside some dough and use it as control. That way I can minimize the guesswork on when the dough is ready or when it has proved long enough. Place control dough inside a container with clear and straight sides and also flat on the surface to make it easy to see how much it has risen. Cover the container and then mark on the outside the initial height and the goal. Our goal is for the dough to double in volume. Meanwhile, cover also the main dough and then let it rest for 30 minutes before we do coil fold to build gluten network. In case you're wondering whether you can make the dough using a mixer or not, I should say that it will be quite challenging since the dough is very wet. It has quite high level of hydration. It's much easier to build the gluten network by hands. Here I use the coil fold method to build the gluten network because I find it more gentle to the dough. However, if you choose, you may also use stretch and fold technique. Perform as many folds as necessary in each set until you have smooth dough. After that, we're going to let the dough rest again for 30 to 45 minutes and then repeat the folding sequence. Perform between 4 to 5 sets of folding with 30 to 45 minute intervals depending on the condition of the dough and environment. If you live in a hot and humid area, you probably need to shorten the intervals between 20 to 30 minutes. Because we use a high percentage of starter, the fermentation takes place more rapidly. This is what my dough looks like after the 5th set of folding. It looks quite smooth, but the control dough has not shown double in volume yet, so I'm just going to rest the dough and wait until it has doubled in volume. After about 4 hours, my dough has doubled in volume, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and keep it there for 8 to 12 hours before I proceed with the next step. In the following morning, the first thing I do is preparing the topping. I'm going to chop up some cilantro. I only use about half a cup, but if you like it very much, you can use more of it. And I use this Nakano knife. It's made in Japan. I love how it handles. And if you would like to get one, go ahead, follow the link in the description to get a special discount for my viewers. I also mince a clove of garlic along with 2 Thai chili peppers. But if you don't like something that is too spicy, then you can just use one or skip it altogether. And if you don't have fresh Thai peppers, then you may use crushed red peppers. Next, we add extra virgin olive oil and fish sauce. If you like to get the detailed list of the ingredients, go ahead, read the description below. And lastly, squeeze juice out of half of a lime. Or you can use lemon if you only have lemon, but I think lime goes better with this flavor profile. At this moment, my oven is preheating at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or about 218 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to use cast iron skillet because I want my focaccia to have crispy bottom. So I use a heavy skillet made of cast iron. And I line the skillet with parchment paper. I transfer the cold dough from the fridge right onto the skillet, and if you want to, you can also put the control dough that we had from yesterday together along with the main dough, but I just do my main dough and leave out the control dough and use it for something else. Using your hand, gently stretch the dough to cover the skillet. The next step is spread the herb mixture, about 3/4 of it, over the dough. We use the remaining quarter of it to top the focaccia after it's done baking. Dimple the dough using your fingers like so, or if you worry about the spicy peppers, you may wear gloves. Bake the dough for about 30 minutes or until golden brown. Spread remaining herb mixture over focaccia. Use a sharp knife like my Nakano knife to cut the focaccia after it's done baking. And the good thing about this focaccia is that it has really crispy bottom, and you need very sharp knife to cut through that crispy bottom. So here it is, the tangy, spicy and umami focaccia with crispy bottom. Thank you very much for watching my video.